Mesa is one of the largest suburbs in Phoenix Metro, and there are millions of neighborhoods scattered throughout. Okay, maybe not millions, but there is a lot. So if you're looking for a new home, where do you even begin? Well, today I'm going to help you out with this. We're gonna break down my 6 favorite communities scattered throughout Mesa. Now, something to keep in mind, each one of these neighborhoods, it's not gonna be perfect for every single person watching that. So we're gonna break down each one of these communities and talk about the pluses or minuses. The goal of this video is to help you have a better understanding of different areas of Mesa and ultimately see what neighborhoods might be perfect for you and your family. I'm Courtney, your local Phoenix realtor, here to share all things Phoenix. If you are relocating, or maybe you're just looking to buy or sell your home, I am here to help. Let's jump into neighborhood number 6, and this is Dobson Ranch. So of all the neighborhoods that we're gonna be talking about today, this is the one that's most centrally located. You're right at the crossroads of the 101 and the 60. So to get to Central Phoenix, you're looking about 20 minutes, and that's without traffic. And then to get to the airport, it's only about 15 minutes away. With Dobson Ranch being somewhat more central, you also have a lot more options for restaurants, shopping. Dobson Ranch is a master plan community. So there's a little less than 70 acres of open space or communal space. They have tennis courts, playgrounds. They even have a pool and recreation center. So this master planned community is actually the oldest master plan community in the city of Mesa. So they started construction in 1973 and they kept continuing until the last area to be built was like in the late 90s. So there are several man-made lakes scattered throughout Dobson's Ranch, and it's almost like a mini city. There's about 18,000 people that actually live in this master planned community. Because the construction of these homes happened over a 20+ year span of time, you do see a lot of various types of homes. There are some older homes. We're seeing some of these homes actually being renovated. And if you aren't looking for a single family home, there are some options for townhomes as well. And being a slightly older community than some of the other areas we see in the East Valley of Phoenix, you do have a lot more mature landscaping. Dobson Ranch is also the home of the Dobson Ranch Golf Course. So this golf course is very different from a lot of other hoity-toity golf courses in the Phoenix area. In a lot of their marketing, you'll see that they often have this cool factor element, and their goal really is for people to have fun there. Bar, restaurant, they actually have Bluetooth speakers in all of the golf carts, and they really encourage people to jam out while they're golfing. They also host several family events there, and they do have a junior golf program for kids. They also have a golf day for women as well. I will say the downfall of Dobson Ranch is the fact that it is more centrally located. It's a little busier there, and it's vibrant. There's good energy there, but if you want a really quiet neighborhood, you might want to move further east. If you're looking for a home that's more centrally located and also doesn't have that cookie cutter feel that you often feel in new construction here, then this is definitely a place to check out. All right, number 5, we're gonna jump up north and go to Lehi Crossing. So Lehi Crossing is a new gated subdivision on the north side of Mesa, and you are right off the 202. Now this area of Mesa, I will say you're not really in the middle of it. You don't have quite as much to do around this area, but the key really is you are right off the 202. So it is very easy to access that main highway that takes you directly to Central Phoenix. So your commute times are going to be very comparable to Dobson Ranch. Lehi Crossing is a very new neighborhood. A lot of these homes were built in the past handful of years, and as a result of that, you see a lot of families here. So it is primarily single family homes, but you will see a mixture of both single level homes and then 2-story homes as well. So the pros of Lehi Crossing is that you're right on the 202, so if you need to go to Central Phoenix, or maybe you need to go to the airport frequently, this will be a key location. The other positive is its brand new construction. As far as a con, I will say that there's not as much to do once you exit the community, but within a 15-minute drive, you have both downtown Tempe and downtown Mesa, where there are a lot more restaurants and shopping. Coming in at number 4 is Las Sendas. This place is gorgeous. You're right at the base of Tonto National Forest and the Superstition Mountains. You're also right at the base of Usery Mountain Regional Park. So if you're looking for desert vibes, you like to hike, mountain bike, or just be outside, this place is perfect. So this is also a master planned community. It is quite large, like Dobson Ranch. It's about 3,500 homes. And with it being a master planned community, you also have the amenities. You have several pickleball courts, you have a pool, and it's also the home to La Sendas golf course. Even if you aren't considering living in this master planned community, if you're a golfer, check out this golf course. It really is gorgeous, particularly in the springtime. Now, with it being such a large planned community, you do see quite a bit of different properties. Now, with these beautiful views that comes with living in this community, there is a price tag. It is not cheap to live here. Now, a lot of these homes are in the $700–800+ range. And then you also have several $1 million, even multi-million-dollar homes. These homes are absolutely stunning, and a lot of them have trails right outside of their backyard that go to Usery Mountain. As location goes, the good thing about it is you are very close to the 202. You are further east than Lehi Crossing, but there are still a lot of people that commute from here all the way to downtown Phoenix. Now, the trade-off of being in a beautiful location right off the 202 is there's not as much going on around this area. There are grocery stores and pharmacies right at your doorstep, but if you're looking for more of a vibrant downtown scene, you're driving probably over 20 minutes. Now we're gonna actually jump back to the west side of Mesa, and we're gonna talk about neighborhood number 3, and this is actually my personal favorite neighborhood. I'm personally a lover of old homes, but this is the historic neighborhoods around downtown Mesa. So with Phoenix Metro being such a new area, we don't have that many historic homes, particularly this far east outside of the city. Now, there are a few pockets here and there in Gilbert and Chandler, but nothing with the charm that these neighborhoods have. Now, there's a handful of different historic areas around downtown Mesa. The two main ones I'm talking about today are Dobson and Evergreen historic districts. So the initial plans for these homes actually started just a few months before Arizona became a state. A lot of these homes are more bungalow type homes that were built in the 20s and 30s. We do see a lot of homes that were built in the 1950s, and this was primarily what happened after World War II. Is there was somewhat of a construction boom here in Mesa as there was across the United States. Now, the positive of living in this area is the homes have a lot more character. You're also right next to downtown Mesa. Now, downtown Mesa in the past handful of years has changed drastically. It's become much more artistic. We've had a lot of different restaurants come in there, coffee shops, breweries, bars. It has become such a vibrant, lively area. And as a result of that, we're seeing a lot more homes around this area being fixed and updated. On the other side of that, there are still homes that are slightly run down in this area. Now, the downfall of this area is, if you look at crimerate.org, you can see that it's much redder in this area. There's a higher crime per capita rate. Crime also does change from block to block. So definitely something you want to consider if you are thinking of moving to this area. We're going to move a little bit more northeast, and we're going to talk about neighborhood number 2, and that is the Groves, and more specifically, North Grove and Estate Grove. So the more specific area I am talking about is the crossroads of McKellips and Val Vista. I'm talking about the blocks surrounding that intersection. These neighborhoods, it's a perfect example of go big or go home. The lots are big and the homes are even bigger. So there are several subdivisions in the Groves, and some of them are these elegant gated communities, and then you also have some subdivisions that have no HOAs. However, these no HOA communities are very clean and gorgeous. So as far as location, you are a few blocks away from the 202, so you do have to tackle some surface streets to get to the highway. A lot of people do commute to Central Phoenix from here. Without traffic, it's about 30 minutes. During the morning rush hour, you probably could get to Phoenix in 35 to 40 minutes. Coming home though, I would say you're probably gonna be closer to 40–45 minutes. Now, the catch of living in the Groves is it is expensive. I mean, look at these homes. They're gorgeous, but they're huge, and a lot of them are even on acre-plus lots, which is a very hot commodity in Phoenix Metro. If you aren't looking for a super fancy home, or maybe your price point is under that $1 million mark, There are still pockets of homes, particularly the further south that you go, that are much more reasonably priced. Homes aren't near as extravagant, but they are still beautiful, clean neighborhoods. All right, guys, we made it to neighborhood number 1, and that is EASTMARK. Everyone says it, but it's true. EASTMARK feels like its own city. This is another master plan community, and it is giant. And all of this is very new. They actually started in 2013 and they're still building. This has its own farm. It has several parks, green spaces, an outdoor auditorium, even a splash pad for kids. It has its own high school. High school is brand new, and even though it is technically in the city limit of Mesa, you're actually in the Queen Creek School District. It is also shared with the Gilbert School District. So if you guys don't know this, Gilbert and Queen Creek school districts are highly ranked in the Phoenix metro area. Now, as far as housing goes, there's a little bit for everyone. There's some apartments, you have condos, there's a lot of single family homes, and I will say the prices of these homes are across the spectrum. You can get more of a starter simple home, but you can also get $1 million home. I have to talk about location of EASTMARK because this could either be the best thing for you or the worst thing. It just depends on what your needs are. EASTMARK is in the very southeast part of Mesa. Because of that, you are going to be far from central Phoenix. It is not an ideal location for commuting. So if you aren't close to Phoenix, why are so many people living here? Well, the thing is you are right next to the tech corridor, which has brought in so many new jobs in the past handful of years. You're also just north of the airport, the Mesa Gateway Airport. This is also growing quite a bit. With more people working from home, it doesn't really matter where they live. And EASTMARK kind of adopted this mentality of, if you build it, they will come. And that's exactly what happened. Crazy to see how much this area has blown up, even in the past 3, 4, 5 years. Even though you are far from central Phoenix, you still have lots of options for shopping and restaurants. You are right along the border of Gilbert. You're only about 10 minutes away from Agritopia. Has some great restaurants. And then Alta Cooley Station in Gilbert is also only 10 minutes away. And this is brand new. EASTMARK really is just the perfect master planned community. And it's received much recognition and even awards for being such a good planned community. It's a very family-oriented area. So if you are a young professional or single, or maybe don't want to be in an area that's so catered towards families, you might want to look at some places further west. Now, if you want to learn more about Mesa, I have this video right here, and this talks about more what it is like to live in Mesa in general. As always, thank you for your time. If you have any questions, my contact info is below. Have a fantastic day.